So I told you in Florida, when you're in an accident, you get past medical and future medical. You also get past lost wages and future lost wages. What does this mean? What is future earning capacity? Well, past lost wages is easy. You missed a day from work, you missed a week from work, you missed months from work, or you can never do the same job again. We show that. We show your tax returns. If you're working off the books, meaning you're not reporting your tips, or you have a side job where you're cleaning houses and they pay you cash, or you're doing babysitting for cash, if you're not reporting it, that income does not exist. Any attorney who tries to bring that into court is admitting to a felony. You are not reporting your earnings, and you do not want the IRS on your side. Let it go. It's gone. Tax returns, provable payments, time missed from work. Maybe you have to change your profession. So now you go from being able to do something cognitive, but you suffered a brain injury, and you can no longer say be an accountant. You can no longer function as an attorney. You can no longer function as a doctor. And now what you're doing is administrative work, because that's all you're capable of with your injuries or with your deficit. And the pay scale is dramatically different. Economists, they do the math, we prove it. Future earning capacity. This is tricky. What happens when you know your injury is going to lead you to an early retirement? You're still working. You're not missing time from work, but you're wearing out fast. And you can see that road. You're progressing towards the next surgery. You know it's not getting better. You know that joint, you know that spine, you know that all of those issues, those headaches, they just get worse. So you're fighting through it. But how do we argue to the jury that you're not going to be able to reach the age of retirement? You're not going to make it to 65. It matters. It's essential. We have vocational rehabilitation specialists. They come in, they talk about work-life expectancy, they talk about your case, they help the jury understand that this is going to have a lasting effect on your life. It just hasn't started in that aspect yet, but it's coming. The defense loves this because they see this as potential but not real, and they sell it to the jury as overreaching. You're asking for something that you probably don't need because you're in court and you're just a greedy plaintiff who wants to make a cash grab and get as much money as possible. You're part of a system that just asks for more than you need. You're not asking for the simple medical stuff, but you're asking for work you haven't even missed yet. Your attorneys have to be ahead of the curve on this. When you come to us, these are the issues that we see, and it starts at the very beginning. We talk to jurors before we even select them about their understanding of these issues. How do they feel about it? What are their thoughts? Guess what? They tell us stuff we don't want to hear. And those jurors, we get rid of. A juror says, I'd never give $1 for that. That's disgusting. It feels like it's cheating. It feels like that person is trying to get more than they deserve. Guess where that juror is going? Home. Can't serve on our jury. Why? Because they're not fair and impartial. Because they won't listen to the evidence and they won't follow the law. They have a predisposed bias that they're going to stick to you, and it's going to crush your case. Essential. Next area of damages that's so important we talk about is pain and suffering. In the world of automobile accidents in Florida, we have what's called a no-fault instruction. It changes the game on pain and suffering, mental anguish, inconvenience, loss of enjoyment of life, scarring and disfigurement, these large, big picture damages, the real damages in a case. I mean, the damages aren't the medical bills. Hell, you gave that money to the doctor. If they award money for medical bills, you're not getting the money. The money is going to pay for medical bills, past and future. So where does the money come for what you've gone through? Non-economic damages. Well, in Florida, the burden is higher than other states. What do I mean? We don't just have to prove negligence and causation and damages. Now we have to get the jury to agree that you have suffered a permanent injury. In Florida, there's a specific statute called the no-fault instruction. And the no-fault goes through exactly what you have to prove a permanent injury before you get $1 on pain and suffering or mental anguish or inconvenience or loss of enjoyment of life. There are categories that are the most critical part of a case. They're the categories that actually address what you've gone through, your suffering, your life changes, what you've lost, what's been taken from you by a defendant who was negligent, a person who stepped into your life uninvited and changed it forever. And it's critical that you focus on these issues, because without them, you don't get $1 of what's yours. The videos are engaging, but I got to hear your part of the conversation. Drop those opinions, those questions, those thoughts in the comments, and let's get it going. Stir it up.